Today is Friday, May 23rd, 2025. I've had a very busy day starting at 3:30 this morning when I had to get up on almost no sleep and start packing my things, cleaning this place, taking out recycling, etc., cleaning everything. Not only because there are rodents running through this unit, and you find the shreddings and little pieces of paper all over the place, but because there's no heat in here, lots of smoke and fumes from somebody who keeps somehow hanging out or smoking or doing both in the vicinity of the vacant unrented bathroom of 78 behind this wall. And the inspectional services had to show up this morning once again for two reasons. One was a violation reinspection of the violation they issued to the Greenville Group 2 weeks ago for failing to provide any kind of hot water or functioning heat in this unit. And the second reason was to assess a new complaint that I issued once again for no heat. My voice is severely affected right now, not just because of the large quantities of constant smoke, stench, and fumes. And the stench isn't, rotting garbage or dirty feet. My feet are pretty clean. I use rubbing alcohol spray bottles to spray down my feet like half a dozen times a day. They're probably the cleanest part that I have right now. See that? That's rubbing alcohol in those spray bottles. These are pre-filled spray bottles of 70% isopropyl alcohol from CVS. My feet are clean. So the smell that I keep referring to isn't any kind of, food smell or dirty feet smell. It is literally sickening amounts of cigar and marijuana smoke coming from the bathroom behind this wall from somebody who likes to deliberately smoke and propagate large, sickening, overpowering amounts of that smoke. And because there's been no heat in this unit and I've had to keep the window open just to ventilate on and off throughout the morning, and it's been 48 degrees outside. It was 46 degrees this morning. I am becoming like hoarse, HOARSE. The inspector who came today was very nice. I've had her come in here a number of times. And she basically said that the landlord has restored the hot water verifiably. I mean, they had to. You can't not have hot water to an entire building for 8 days, which the Greenville Group did. There was verifiably no functioning hot water in this building for 8 days, but it was finally restored on the 8th day. So she closed out that case, as she should have, and then said, yes, there's no heat, but you know what? It's 70-something degrees in here right now because this was in the morning, and there's always a lot of sun coming through these windows in the morning unless it's a really cloudy day. The unit warms up and goes above 70 degrees. So it literally does not meet the cutoff requirements for a no heat violation. But she did tell me to call back this evening or tonight if the temperatures in here drop, and they will, because right now it's 48 degrees in Boston with some very cloudy skies once again and stormy weather. And once it gets dark outside, it's going to get pretty chilly. We are May 23rd, and it feels like early March right now. And because it's cold outside, the rodents that live in the cracks and crevices of the brickwork of the outside of this building, they like to run in here when you open the window and they smell food and they feel that it's warmer in here than outside. And you can literally hear them scurrying. I mean, there's no screen on the window. So as soon as you open that window, if you're cooking something or eating something, the rodents literally come in here and you can hear them running along the ice cold baseboard pipes that run behind this bed and along the wall into the bathroom of 78. So that's the situation. The inspector was very nice. We chatted for 15 minutes. She has no problems with the condition of this unit. I keep it neat. Usually I sweep, especially if I have an inspection. And we had a nice little chat about the condition of this unit, ongoing issues, and the fact that she shows up here a lot because there's always something to inspect. She recognized that the Greenville Group often don't respond to requests from tenants to fix things in a timely manner. And then she and other members of her team have to show up here pretty frequently. That's not my problem. That is the landlord's problem. They deliberately refuse to address problems with the plumbing, problems with the heat, problems with the hot water, problems with rodents. They ignore tenants. There are other inspections going on in other units in this building. I happen to know that. I don't know who the tenants are. But the Greenville Group are criminal Russian slumlords. As I keep saying, this is not a fantasy. It's not a delusion. The Inspectional Services Department has filed multiple criminal lawsuits against this landlord. In the last 3 years, now let me see, 4 years. Starting in 2021, there was a criminal lawsuit against the Greenville Group by the city of Boston, not by me, for the Greenville Group's failure to provide functioning heat in this unit alone. So therefore, they're criminal. The landlord is criminal by definition and by legal action on the part of the city of Boston. This is a criminal slumlord. They're also a Russian family. That's a fact. Mr. Aleseyev is Russian. He has a Russian last name. Whether or not he was born on one side of the border or the other, I don't really care. He's Russian. And 6 separate people have come up to me over the last 4 years at random places like the housing court, like the FedEx location next to the housing court, like a Russian community social event, like me having coffee with one of my friend's friends. And all of those people have told me Oleg Aleseyev is a member of the Russian mafia. One guy was with me in court, and he said, I don't like that guy. He looks like he's part of the Russian mob, referring to Mr. Aleseyev. He is working hand in glove with the Krytnik family, basically Boris Krytnik, who seems to be running a lot of the court defense actions that the city of Boston keep taking against the Greenville Group, and they're Russian as well. So when I say criminal Russian slumlord, that's exactly what they are. And right now it's freezing. So they don't provide heat. It's 48 degrees outside. My voice is hoarse and I'm losing it because of a combination of lots of smoke and fumes coming from that bathroom right there that are happening right now as I'm making this video. You can smell the marijuana like just oozing from the wall behind this kitchen sink. And it doesn't come from the hallway because when I go out to the hallway to get fresh air, I get fresh air. And the fact that there's no heat. So I'm bundled up under a blanket. It's 48 degrees outside. It's raining. It's cold. It's windy. There's rodents coming in here. If I leave the window open for more than a few minutes, they love to just hang out under my bed because I guess it's warm. I don't know. They're not afraid of people. That's for sure. These mice are very socialized to being around humans. And that shouldn't be the case. And I am on the back end of a very important reinspection that happened this morning and had a nice chat with Inspector fill in the blank from the City of Boston's Inspectional Services. She's nice. We had a conversation. I have absolutely no problems with any of the inspectors at the Inspectional Services Department. They're all wonderful people who work really hard. They do great work. I think they try to be fair. They're kind of trying to make a balance between the landlord and the tenant. And I appreciate her efforts and her work and her time. She was awesome. Whatever her decision is, that is up to her, right? And I know that she's being fair, that there is hot water now to this tap, that it was warmer this morning than it is now, and it's going to be colder tonight. So she did tell me to call Inspectional Services again tonight if the temperature in here goes below 68 degrees and if it's cold and I'm uncomfortable and I have to sit here in my coat and in my blanket because it's like 45 degrees outside and there's no heat. So this is the report for today. My voice is hoarse. This is not me deliberately sounding like a smoker. I don't smoke, but my neighbors sure as hell do. At least whoever likes to sit in that bathroom, filling this corner right here. It's always that corner with a sickening amount of ongoing smoke and fumes. And then I have to go out to the hallway where all the fresh air seems to just hang out because nobody ever smokes in the hallway outside of my door. And that's a fact. But at least my place is very clean. Clean. I can't even speak. And I had a nice little chat session with the inspector from the Inspectional Services Department today. And that is a mission accomplished for this afternoon.